All right, guys, welcome back to the Success Series Part 1. And we're in the mindset. Why? Because when we're talking about going from survival mode, struggling, all the way to stable, to successful, to significant, I do believe that when you're in the survival mode, the struggle mode, which all of us have been in before, what do we need to do? What's the mindset that happens when you're in survival mode? Now, I want to admit something first. There are times when actually I would reflect back on survival mode and when you're struggling, there are some blessings in that. Now, let me explain what I mean by there's some blessings in the survival mode. Have you ever said to yourself, when you're not in survival mode, sometimes you do your best work when you're in survival mode because you got your back against the wall and you got more fight and vigor and you work with a little bit more urgency, if I will, about what it takes to not only survive, but to get some headway with where you're going. Now, we don't want to operate for very long in survival mode or struggle mode. Why? Because this is not the place that you're going to do your best work. We want to get to more success and significance. The mindset that typically comes up here is when life feels overwhelming because you're in struggle mode and you're in survival mode. It's not always from a lack of ambition. No, it's not a lack of ambition because everyone wants more success. It's typically a lack of clarity and control. Clarity and control, those two C's are very important. Clarity and control. I want to today, right now, get more clarity and more control about what has to go. So if you're in survival mode and you're looking just to make one jump to stability, what's it going to take? So one of the questions I have you ever met someone who, as you got to talk with them, they're silently struggling under the surface? You realize that even on the outside, it might look good, but deep down, there's some things going on that, man, they're really struggling. If that's you today, thank you for listening. I want to speak to you because we've all been there. I've been there where you're struggling and you're doing everything you can and you're fighting. But we don't want to operate from a place of struggle and fight, because this isn't the best place where you get your creative juices flowing to get done what needs to get done. That's the mindset of what it's going to take, because what I want to make happen is in the survival mode, the mindset is going to be always about, man, my time is coming. My time is coming. My time is coming. Tomorrow's going to be a bright day. Knowing that tomorrow, quote, tomorrow might be next week, next month, maybe next year, but tomorrow is coming and that success is coming. And that mindset's going to drive you to get to that point, but it's going to take some specificity, which I'm going to address in the next section here. But I want to first address the mindset, because the mindset is crucial, that you're not going to live forever in struggle. We're not going to be in this survival mode for long if you're willing to do what it takes. But you're going to need to listen and listen closely. Now, if you listened to the podcast just a few episodes ago, my man Jeremy Gritton, episode 430, talked about he was in major struggle mode, major survival mode. He was ready to throw it in. He was ready to sell everything. He was done. He was haggard. He was drowning in debt, missing family time. He was in react mode and he was burnt out. Burnout. Have you ever known someone that's been in that mode? Or better yet, have you ever been there? Because you know what happens when you're in that mode. Today, what the mindset is, tomorrow's going to be a bright day. Tomorrow's my day. It's going to happen. Knowing that if you take action today for what has to happen, the mindset's going to flip, because tomorrow is your day.